This is breaking news.
Deport them all, Lauren Boebert says in new ad. Scott Wasserman reflects on liberal democracy. Denver mayor's revitalization goals collide with realities. What you need to know. With less than 2 weeks to go until Colorado voters can start casting primary ballots, Republican U.S. Rep. Lauren Boebert this week launched a 5-figure TV ad campaign touting her support for former President Donald Trump's border policies and efforts to increase domestic energy production. "We need to shut down the border, build the wall, and deport them all," the two-term lawmaker says in a 30-second spot devoted to what the ad's narrator calls an invasion at our southern border. Another ad that began airing on cable stations and streaming platforms this week takes a more homespun approach, featuring an exchange between Boebert and her 11-year-old son, Roman, in what appears to be the family kitchen. Scott Wasserman, a longtime political observer in Colorado who is Jewish and a liberal, distinctly remembered his response upon hearing about the October 7 Hamas attack that sparked another war in the Middle East. "It was a gut-wrenching event," he told Colorado Politics. "I remember waking up, I remember hearing about it. I remember realizing as the news was coming in the scale of the attack, this was not just a terrorist attack. This was on a level that was inconceivable for anyone who had ever paid attention to the issue, who cared about Israel, who cared about the Palestinians." Then he noticed something else, too, which he described as the disorienting experience of seeing allies on the political left somehow blame Israel for the October 7 massacre. Editor's note: this is the first in a 4-part series looking into Mayor Mike Johnston's priorities for 2024. This installment focuses on the mayor's goal of revitalizing downtown Denver. The debate swirling around converting empty offices into housing, a key component of Mayor Mike Johnston's push to inject renewed life into downtown Denver, falls into 2 camps. It is either the area's saving grace or it's not worth the effort. Denver's venture architecture founder Martin Goldstein said he falls in the middle. "It's not the panacea. It's also not proven that it doesn't work," Goldstein said. "It's just hard." The Colorado Supreme Court recently signaled it may intervene in 4 ongoing cases in the trial courts on subjects that include a tenant's right to a jury trial in eviction proceedings, whether defendants should remain incarcerated pending a sanity evaluation, and a judge's decision to sanction prosecutors for late-disclosed evidence. Although most of the Supreme Court's decisions come at the conclusion of a case, and after the Court of Appeals has rendered its ruling, the justices sometimes elect to immediately hear appeals from the trial courts when the standard appellate process does not provide adequate relief or the legal issues have significant public importance. In those instances, at least 4 of the 7 justices must agree to take up an appeal. The Colorado Supreme Court decided 3 appeals this month in ongoing civil and criminal cases, either overturning trial judges' faulty decisions or providing clarification for further proceedings. Although most of the Supreme Court's decisions come at the conclusion of a case, and after the Court of Appeals has rendered its ruling, the justices sometimes elect to immediately hear appeals from the trial courts when the standard appellate process does not provide adequate relief or the legal issues have significant public importance. In its latest round of orders, the Supreme Court found a Denver judge required a plaintiff to disclose confidential information without the proper analysis, agreed an El Paso County defendant could inform the jury to a limited extent about his alleged victim's prior sexual assault, and threw out a felony child abuse charge against a Jefferson County mother for lack of probable cause.